Hello Capricorn, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Also, if you've left a thumbs up or a comment, I appreciate that. It just helps me to get a gauge on how it's going for people, these reads and the messages that come through, and if they're resonating. So please feel free or feel able to leave a comment or a thumbs up. So the other thing is, if there's anybody out there that hasn't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. I invite you to do that now during the video or after the video. The other thing is, I do put these up on Facebook as well, so check out on my Facebook page. So if you've watched these on there, thank you as well. The other thing is, what else did I want to say? This is for the month of June 2021. So we'll just see what comes up for you guys and girls, okay? The other thing is this is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus as well. So welcome to all of you who, like from the different, not just the Sun sign. I'm saying that because I feel like some of you who are listening may be new, and that a lot of us, to predominantly follow our sun signs. So there are, I'm a Gemini, and I do predominantly follow that sign, which is about personality, just, briefly, about more so along that side. So where I'm leading to that is that just a reminder that these readings that come through, the messages that come through, they are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. If they do, wonderful. If they're not quite resonating with you, check out what your other signs are saying for you, because it may be that sometimes if it's not resonating, that it may be more of a forecast for you, which is why it's not resonating. So some of you will be able to connect with it almost straight away, depending on what is going on in your life. So it may be more of, give you a little bit more clarification with what's going on, or a little bit of confirmation about what is going on or has going on, and what your intuitively you may be picking up. So so anyway, wow. Okay, there's a lot going on. I just want to take that one, and I will take these, go through these as well, because it's not my intention to have all these come out, but sometimes this is what happens. Actually, that goes there and that goes there, and we'll just see what comes up, how this reads. So first card out, this is from my Inner Earth Energy Earth Oracle deck. The first card out is clarity. So I really like this card because it's like, tells me that there must be something about, there's a lot more clarity with you at the moment. So like I say, this is for June, the month of June 2021, and I'm recording this on Sunday the 6th of June. So these are kind of like running in flow of actually the days of, or not so much the days of the week, because this is a weekly, this is a monthly, but of the weeks of the month. However, there are a few extras here, so but I'm just going to take them because I feel like it's all pertinent for this reading, and seeing as they've fallen out. So there seems to be a lot more clarity around you at the moment, probably like in a spiritual way, but also in a grounding way, because I'm just being drawn to the amethyst crystal, but that's in this purple one here, and also the citrine that's on the outside of it. So the orange part crystal. So it's absolutely beautiful. I want to say citrine because that's more more the color of that crystal, and that's what is coming to me. So then also which is interesting, because it's like with this clarity comes a little bit of a more dependability with yourself. It's like something's coming together, and I'm feeling like this could be for some of you's like a partner or a spouse that's you're finding more that you're able to depend on them and them on you. Okay, for some of you, I feel like this is like the masculine and the feminine side of you that's coming together in unity, and it's like maybe you're feeling like you're more able to depend on yourself, because it's like you've clarified something there, or there's a little bit more or a lot more clarity that's come through about how that can be done, or there's been a in a sense, like I say, either on a spiritual level or on a physical level there somewhere along the line for some of you. But this is like the interesting, so it's like there's a different connection. You've made a connection with whether, I keep going back to this, the spiritual side of things and or the physical side of things. It's like the connection may be that, it may be more in a spiritual way where you're more okay with it, or you're more understanding of it, or there may be a shift in the way that you are working with spirit if you're working in this area. And that, or something, it may be something new to you as well. So it's like there's definitely some sort of connection, but I'm feeling for a lot of you is that this is like a deeper connection that you may be feeling with yourself. And then it's like with you feeling that with yourself and connecting with yourself on a higher level, but in a heart space, space, which is, for the greater, for the greater good of you and the one and all. It's like you're feeling things differently, or you're sensing things differently, because you're thinking, your perspective is shifting, you're thinking differently. So it's creating this nice connection, either with spirit and or yourself, or with another person. Listening here, this card has come up as well in the last read that I've just done, which is in Sagittarius. So there's something about listening to yourself and listening to the signs and the symbols that have been coming to you, taking note of them. So listening is, and I'm feeling like this is literally listening, because it's like, the cochlea in our ear, and it's like you may be hearing something in conversations, whether you're involved with them or not. Not saying that you've been eavesdropping, but you may have overheard something, or there's somebody may have said something, and it's like, and it's caught your attention. It's like, oh, actually I do, that rings a bell, or I really needed to hear that one word or phrase, or that person, or something happened, or the dog bark, or whatever, where it's like, okay, it's made something, click, trigger or sink in. It could be something that's been on the radio and you hear a certain, song, or, or something that triggers you to like, or instigates you to like do something or follow through with something as well. Patterns as well. So there may be something where you are breaking through some patterns, some old sort of idyllic patterns, ideal patterns, the way that you're thinking, doing things in the past. But there's breaking through that, or a shift, or you're seeing patterns, limiting belief patterns of addictions, habits, things like that. It's not all about like looking for necessarily all about addictions in like drugs and things in a bad way, or a negative, or the negative things. This is like you may be seeing or that is that, and it's switching it around, and you may be seeing, therefore starting to see, like shifting that perspective and seeing like even those patterns that haven't served you well, but that's where it is. But you may be also seeing patterns that have served you well, okay, as well. So, and it's therefore helping you to shift through and giving you more clarity about how you can shift through stuff, basically. And then see like heat. What I'm saying is this is like the rising of the phoenix, or the phoenix, and how the phoenix, the ashes of the phoenix is there's a clearing, in that sense. And that's just absolutely beautiful. I want to go to these cards for some reason first, which are the collective of angel cards that, I have gathered up through, sat down with spirit, with angels, and they just like gave me all these words and for messages, and that's what I mean. I actually lost, not lost, but had to really like have a think about what they were talking about then. So decision. So there is something about making a decision, maybe now or this month, that's going through this month, but it's, what is your intention, okay, about that decision and how you're going to make it. I feel like that's where that's going with that. It's like this is why you haven't made a decision about something. It's because you're not sure on which, you know, emotional part of the spectrum that you're making that decision from. So it's like, what is my intention? Where is that coming from? Is it an emotion that is serving me well, or is it an emotion that isn't serving me well, in the sense it's like through overthinking, it's like through where are they going? It's like, oh gosh, okay, I'll just have to rephrase that because I know where I'm going with it, but it's like, okay, so that's where I'm hearing it. It's like, I know where I'm going with it, but it's like, am I thinking this? Am I overthinking this? And sometimes our emotions can get in the way when we are, we maybe like make decisions based on what that emotional feeling is about. And sometimes those emotional feelings aren't, always, either good or correct in the way that we're feeling to make a decision. And, obviously if it's like, something else, an emotion that is, through grief or something. So sometimes it's not a good place to make time often to make a decision or choices when we're going through a grief situation, depending on what it is, on saying that, or there's something, I guess you know what I mean by that. But if it's a happy, elated sort of emotion, then that could be a different story. But it's just being mindful, because I'm just hearing being mindful about what your emotion is where that emotion is coming from when you're making a decision, and that comes with the intention. And so there's this check. So they're just checking in on yourself, basically. Oh wow. So anyway, just like that was interesting. Now I just want to shuffle these this way for a little bit. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot going on. Decision, clarity. So I do feel like, oh gosh, I've just put all these cards in that one. Luckily, I shuffled that before and I didn't even actually notice them. So anyway, so there may be something hiding in the background or hiding in between, things, and it's like, or not really revealed themselves yet. So on saying that, so I kind of get that message that which is why you haven't been able to make that decision or a decision. And because the other thing is like, you're not sure where your emotions are and what your intention really is with that. So it's good that you're checking in on yourself, because it's okay, pretty self-explanatory when they put it like that. So anyway, here we go. What's coming up for you? So we have the Five of Cups. So you see there may be something emotional going on at the moment, or you may be working with something in a relationship that is not kind of serving you very well at the moment, which is why there's a bit more clarity and before you make a decision and how you're going to respond. So I just feel like you're leaving, not making anything at the moment until things become a little bit more settled, and clearer for you, so you can make an informed decision, basically. Cool. Cool. It's just amazing how these cards fall out. So see what, I'm actually a little bit slow. So what else have we got here for the sign of Capricorn for the month of June 2021? So I'm going to take that one. Because it's underneath there. And that one. So cool. The Five of Cups here, the Prince of Cups. So there's something new in the background there that's coming up with the Prince of Cups down here. So he's like, just saying, you've moved through this. You move through that. There's something coming through. So you will move through it. And so heading towards making a decision. So a decision about whatever it is. I'm hearing some of it will be about some sort of a relationship, whether it's with family members, partner, business partner, work colleague, or whatever it is. It could be something in the community that you're working on. But this Prince of Cups comes through, and he's like, a little bit more sure about where he's going, what he's doing, but there's still a bit of concern. I'm just looking at his eyes, or into his eyes, and he's engaged on where he wants to go, how he's going to do it. But there's still, I feel like when I look at that card, there's still a little bit of concern there, but there is movement, okay? So there's something new in the way that he's emotionally feeling, and he's he's figured something out and he's moving forward. With this one, there's dependability. We have the Three of Cups. So there's something about forming, there's something really nice, and this can, relationship wise. So you're obviously moving through it, but still, like I say, I'm feeling this is like a little bit weary here, feeling or being aware or being aware. I'm just hearing weary in the sense of as in aware weary with that one. But there is, but something's shifting. So I wonder if this has got something to do with, a relationship, a love relationship as well for some of you, because this card here is very similar to the one that's just above it. And so there is, but emotionally wise, it's like there's more, the feeling in the relationship wise, there's more of feeling, I'm hearing romantic for some of yous. There's something, a connection, reconnecting or connecting again with this Three of Cups. But I'm feeling like something is starting to come together with relationships. There's something building. And here we have the Nine of Wands. And it may have been, you may have been on guard for a while there. But something is coming to an end because you've like created some boundaries with something and you're moving. A little bit battle weary, but it's like, but you're moving. Because here's the Three of Wands with this intention. It's like you making something happen, basically. It's like you've been maybe sitting on the fence or standing back, waiting for something to come forward to, or come towards you, or even from behind you, like a sign, or from above, a sign or something to show you where to go or give you, and you've been looking out there searching from one spot though, but it's time for you now to make a move. So it's like, yeah, okay, I get that now. You've just been waiting to make a connection. And so here we have the Three of Wands, there, like, yeah, it's time to, take action, basically, get moving. It's like you've been sitting or thinking about it for a bit too long now. It's time to make a move, because here's the Four of Cups that's come through. It's interesting, and it's like maybe because this is here, there's something moving. You've got the Five of Cups there, the Prince of Cups. So you've actually, whatever this Five of Cups is, like, you may have felt like you've gone backwards, or there's something that's repeated itself. Because then we have the Three of Cups, and that, is, like there's the aces, looking at that when there's a new beginning in the way that you, with relationship wise, the way emotionally wise, and that sort of thing, and how you're dealing with things. And then the Two of Cups is like, there's something, there's this partnership that's brewing, and with a relationship with yourself, or with somebody else, and then it's blossoming there. But there's something that you are maybe feeling a little bit dissatisfied with, or not sure, or unsure of, which is why there's this feeling of being, him being weary, with this new beginning. But it's like making that connection and, finding that intention as well. But because when we have the Three of Wands here, that's saying like you can't sit there forever, wallowing or waiting for something to happen. You've got to make it happen, on saying that, to make these changes. Because it's like the Nine of Wands here is like something is coming to an end, but you've got to end it. You've got to make something happen as well within you, or find that connection, or go, what is your intention? Where is that going? Your connection with your intention. Okay, and then the Four of Cups is here, is like, this is why I feel, they're talking about something about some sort of movement in some way, this dissatisfaction with something. But I feel like, there's a gift or an opportunity there as well, because this one, there are 3 cups there that are of small, and there's one cup that is taller and full. So there's something that you're not seeing, or you're not taking notice of, or you've turned a blind eye to it. But there's something definitely where they're waiting for you, like an opportunity. In other cards, there is a hand that comes out from the clouds in the sky with a cup that's full. So there's a gift or an opportunity that's there waiting for you, or something that is good or okay even, that is there, that you're just not seeing it. So it's looking for the positive, I guess, than even when there's something not so good around. And not letting some things get in the way of this opportunity, or with whatever is positive there. Not let that get in the way. Just get moving. Because here we have the Temperance card, and there's something that it fell out in reverse, but I'm going to turn it around. So Temperance is about, sharing. It's about balance, basically. But it's also about sharing and, and balance as well. Cooperation. So there may be somewhere along that you're just not cooperating with the universe, with other people around you, or you maybe because this is all about shifting your perspective as well, and making some decisions. It's just finding some balance, basically. I'm hearing more so, but there's something about that card also talks about sharing and cooperation as well. But listening, listen. 10 of Wands here, that's like releasing burdens as well. It's like maybe you are carrying someone else's burdens as well, or the burden of, this is about, like, I feel like this maybe for some of you is not holding on to stuff that is not yours to hold on to, basically, and releasing it, because in order to allow others to grow, do whatever they need to do, and it's just being there for support in some way. And that's sometimes how we find balance for ourselves, and that's how that sharing and cooperation could be like, I'm hearing like with some of you is that you'll understand this with the universe, and letting the universe help you, or letting your guides help you, whoever that is, whether it's physical, earth angels or heavenly angels, or people who are around you, friends, support you, as well as, I don't want that deck, I want this one. Moving into this one, just to get another perspective from another deck, see what's coming out. Because if you allow yourself to basically, just because what I'm hearing is this is about you getting going and moving with a project that's something to do with your life. And of course you're doing that with love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement and adventure, prosperity and abundance as well, because it's like shifting in that energy, keeping in that energy, because the 10 of Pentacles here. So it's like whatever this journey is you're going through here, it's like, to make that shift, it is about shifting patterns as well. Speaking your truth as well. I just noticed I've just started coughing. So you're wanting to get something out, some of yous. But the 10 of Pentacles has popped up, and it's like, yep, I've forged my way, because he's forging something here. Oh, he's forged his foundation, his security. Because the Pentacles is not just about, finance, money, blah, 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 that side of things, career. It's also about, family as well. So in health. So this is you, forging your way, because this is the Pentacles, and, grounding yourself. And he's making money, basically. Forging money, making money. When I say forging, not as in fraudulently forging, but forging as in, hammering money, making money out of that. So it's kind of cool. I didn't notice that before with that deck, but there you go. And it's like, it hasn't been explained to me or come out that way. Interesting. So there's something about success with the 10 of Pentacles, that you'll get to a point where you realize, actually, I am able to make something of my life, or make something, happen, and be abundant, prosperous, successful, basically. And that's come to the end of a phase, and going into a transitionary phase of where of either expansion or building it. And then we have the 9 of Wands that comes out. So talking to me about you're breaking down walls and old patterns. There's something that's coming to an end, and you're able to see that now. I feel like it's come under dependability. So it's like you're able to feel more dependent on yourself, depend on yourself, basically. Wow. So there is something that's coming to an end in the way that you're feeling about that, and like roadblocks or obstacles in with the actions that you've been taking. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. The Queen of Pentacles, this is you. This is about success. This is about you being, successful, it might not be a millionaire or whatever it is, I don't know, or got to exactly where you want to go, but there is some sort of financial success, I feel, with you. But I just feel it's just as much, or as in the sense there's that success in what you have achieved, as in, all round really. And that you actually have and got a stable sort of a foundation there for your family, with your family, whether you're a solo parent or not, or, or whether you're, in a relationship. There's that sense of achievement there with this Queen of Pentacles that I'm feeling, and she's very grounded and happy, basically with pretty much all things and what she's achieved in her life. Still more to achieve, but from where she's come from, on and off, into where she's at now, it's like, yeah, okay, I've got it, I get it now, okay. Yeah, but it's like not. But I just feel like around, it's like, whatever is happening here, it's like there is something, acknowledging that, actually. And I feel like with this one, it's like getting out of the way of something and allowing other people to do what they need to do for them, and being there for support, but not trying to control, because this is here, because sometimes we can be quite controlling, whether you're a male or a female, and of an outcome. And it's like the more we try to control it, it's like sometimes it makes the energy go a little bit wonky. So I feel like there's a sense of being grateful there, but there's something moving on here for what you do have rather than what you don't have, focusing on what you have achieved. And I'm just going to shuffle these again, because I don't want all of those. I'm just seeing what our spirit have got to bring up for you. Okay, what else is there? And the last card just to bring it together a little bit, and 4 more for Capricorn for the month of June 2021. It's taken a little while, so it may have been taking a little while to get you to this place, but I feel like, or whatever the situation is about, but it's like, yeah, don't overthink it, which is here. Look, the King of Swords comes out. So don't overthink it. Just be in your power, be in your grace, but more in your power. Communicate in a way that's going to be beneficial, for the best possible outcome for you. So it's like watching what you're saying, the words that you're choosing, the tone even. But it's also about you being in your power like that when you do express yourself, that you do express it well, because so you don't put yourself down or feel bad about how you've expressed yourself. Because the swords, the King of Swords, the other side of swords energy is like, they can be quite cutting, in the way that they say things and present things like verbally, communicate it to people. So it's like I feel like they're just saying, be mindful about how you do that, because it could make matters worse. So this is going and fighting, which is, I feel like this is coming to the balance. So channel in, listening to what it is that you're going to say, hear yourself before you say it, but it's also finding that balance in how you say it. But it's also being in your power to say something, though, but say it in a way that's not going to be disruptive, and, that's going to bring about balance. But also realizing that it's not your stuff, your burden to carry, to release it. Just say your piece and that's it. Or whether it's, but just be mindful, basically. because he is, you know, the sword, the King of Swords can be a bit of a charmer as well, and a bit manipulative as well, in what I'm hearing, in the way because of the way that he charms or can charm, but not everyone. So that's not all swords. But I'm just feeling that this is really about communication and the way that you communicate, and because this will help you be in your power. But what I'm hearing and what Spirit is suggesting is being mindful or careful how you do express yourself, because if you do it the wrong way or going rah, 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 you could make it worse, which is going to deflate you, which means you're going to, like, in a way, feel like you've given away your power, but you've done that because you've gone in a way that's not going to bring about peace. And this is kind of like where they're leading to, is about releasing what is not yours, basically. It's like what I'm hearing is some of the burdens are definitely yours because you've put them there, or we've put them there, okay? But it's not actually all yours. It's like, and it gets all mungled up. But so to release that which is not yours, and then the rest will pretty much release, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Okay, see what the Archangel Michael has. Okay, yeah, but here we go. Love is the greatest power. So look, see, know, and be love, as with any of those communications there. Interesting, Archangel Michael is about communicating. Reach for the stars, trust your instincts, and go with your flow is also what he wants to say. You know, and trusting your instincts, it's like not letting, it's like really like going into that place and like listening to yourself. And okay, interesting. Fix yourself first and foremost, and teach others how you did it, but keep on being it. So, yep, that's so true. We've got to like take a look at ourselves and our contribution to how the situation came to be how it is, like how it was, and that it's not putting blame on anybody else or ourselves. It's like just looking, or yourself, it's looking at it and taking ownership for your part in it. And this is how we start to work on ourselves, you know, in all sorts of different ways, to, you know, obviously to become a better us, or a better you, in the way that you communicate or do things, or whatever it is, in your life. So it is about working on ourselves, and then we do that, and we become, and how we teach is like we do it. We lead the way by practicing it, practicing being in the moment, being mindful, aware, and not dumping our stuff on somebody else, or you know, over expectations or things like that, controlling, and it's you know over controlling, you know what I mean. Okay, so this month is probably going to be like a really big month if it hasn't already, but an amazing month of growth and releasing, taking a look at the inner self, and you know, releasing and working on that. So, but it's a pretty magical month. Awesome. Anyway, I'm just checking to see if there's anything else. Okay, no, there's not. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there with you, Capricorn. Have an amazing month. Looks like you're going to have an amazing month of growth within and without of you. So I look forward to seeing what's coming up at the end of the month. So I'm going to work on doing these fortnightly and or weekly. So we'll see how we go with timing next week. So it is my intention to begin doing them weekly again, but very brief ones, just to touch base in between, during the month, in between, you know, during the month, in between now and the end of the month with this read, and see what comes up. Okay. Anyway, lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure. Also, and prosperity and abundance as well. We'll see you in a week.